Here is the major problem with black folks and everybody else in America. Everybody else in America except black folks are who they are. They are the way they were brought up. They are mom and dad. They are brothers, their siblings, brothers and sisters. They are the money that they make, the food that they eat, the neighborhood that they live in. But black folks keep trying to invent more and more things and call it black. And there's no culture, there's no positive culture behind it. Okay? I'm at work, right? And I'm listening to Rascal Flatts. I know, those are white boys. How many black people have come up to me and said, what are you listening to? I'm in the office by myself. First of all, I can listen to what I want to listen to. And second of all, I got everything on this playlist. If you'd been here for a minute, you would have seen there's a little bit of rap on here. There's a little bit of R&B. There's a little bit of pop on here and a little bit of country, gospel, contemporary Christian, you name it. It's all in there. But as a black man, I'm not supposed to listen to Rascal Flatts. Okay? People get annoyed because a black man is sitting in the office listening to Rascal Flatts, but a white man listening to Rascal Flatts, it's something else. Okay? It's either racism, because ain't nobody interested in Rascal Flatts but his white behind, or it's just him being weird, okay? But white people are not white because they try so hard to act white. And they make up ways to be white. Make up ways to be white. Take notes of that. They don't do that. They're white because they act like mom, they act like dad, they act like their siblings, they act like what they're used to acting like, and they learn from school. If I watch these kids just this week, these white kids get together, no black kids around whatsoever. And I watch these white kids. These white kids were bad, but they were bad in a more cultural way as children. Okay? They were very respectful to the adults, even though they had energy that was unstoppable. We didn't know how to sit them down and get them to be still. But yet at the same time, they were well behaved. They were bad in my black opinion, but they were also well behaved, because I know when I was a kid, my cousins used to get me in trouble with my mama every time. Every time we go somewhere, I was always the first one to get slapped, because my mom blamed me for what everybody else was doing. Okay? But when I went to church camp where everybody was white, I never got into trouble. Why? Because I was following the white crowd. I say something like this, it's the most racist thing I've ever said. But is it really? Because look around you. I watched a show on YouTube just last night, and these black folks were saying, oh, these are going to be the most racist jokes about white people. Okay. The whole thing about the dogs and all that was funny. Don't kiss your dogs in the mouth. I agree. There was a bunch that they said there that I agree with. Most of it I agree with, except for one thing. All that acting, all that lingo, all that trying to create a language that's non-American, all that, acting silly and goofy. Like you're already a comedian, you're already telling jokes. Why do you need to act so ghetto? You're doing this on purpose, not because it's who you are. Okay? Just be yourself, man. Just be yourself. You're not just black. Black is a social construct that I like to stay away from. Anything that's called black, you know what I'm saying? I really don't invite myself. You would have to personally invite me, and then I'd have to let you know what I'm not going to stand for. Because to me, funny is funny. Music is music. Dressing properly is dressing properly. Going to work every day and following the policies and procedures, going to work every day and following the policies and procedures. Why is there a black way to go to work and then there's a white way to go to work? Why is there a black way to drive and a white way to drive? How come when I get in the Uber, white folks are willing to have a conversation with their passenger, but black folks treat you like you're a slave? Sit in the back seat and shut your mouth. I'm not interested in talking. If I want to talk, I'll talk to my girlfriend or I'll talk to, but yeah, I'm a guest though. I'm your passenger. And I noticed that black folks have a rule about black folks that don't act a certain way. In closing, this is the shortest video I've ever done. Black folks have an opinion, a social, political, racist opinion about black folks that don't act a certain way. If you don't act a certain way, you walk out there in a bunch of other young black men with slacks on and a button-down long-sleeve shirt. They get offended and start to think that you're weak in some kind of way because you ain't got no holes in your jeans, or your jeans is got creases in them like the old days, or you know what I'm saying, you ain't wearing a muscle shirt, or you know, wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt or whatever. But there's something wrong with a black man looking like he got a job, whether he has a job or not. It's wrong to look like he got a job. It's wrong to look like he takes pride in himself. Why? He takes pride in himself and what he does. He takes pride in his faith and what he does. I can't even go to church anymore, last I checked, and agree with black Christians, if they're Christians, on what's right and wrong anymore. As soon as I open up my mouth, I'm judging everybody. Aren't we all Christians? You know, you got to, you know, you can't help people by pointing out their sin anymore. You have to pretend that that sin doesn't exist. It's not my job to pretend that people's sins don't exist. That's God's job. My job is to evangelize if I'm going to do that, which I hardly ever do. And I'm going to tell you what's holding you back. There's nothing wrong with that. But stop trying so hard to be black. We can see you black. We can look at you and tell you black. Okay? And there's a lot of good things about being black that we don't even notice. But we don't appreciate it until it gets violent. We don't appreciate it until it makes the music scene just look totally ghetto. We don't appreciate it until somebody gets hurt, till somebody gets divorced, till somebody gets shot, till families are separated from each other, until people that got money are separated from those that are needy. And then we feel like we're an empowered black person because we don't hang out with people that got more money than us. We don't want people that got more money than us telling us anything. We don't want people that got a job. We don't want people that are in positions of leadership, especially if they black, telling us anything. No, that's some black bullcrap right there. That's not an African American. Okay? Or an Israelite American, if you want to call it that. That's some black nonsense right there. I am DeRoy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. I approve this message. Thank you for watching. See you soon with more.